Wait, are you actually kidding me right now? Is EJ DiMera really going to hide the fact that Lexie Carver is dying all over again? I am staring at these Wednesday spoilers, and my jaw is completely on the floor. We just got Lexie back, and now Doctor. Rolf is dropping a bombshell that is going to destroy Abe Carver and Theo Carver in the most brutal way possible. Welcome back to Peacock TV. Spoilers, your #1 source for the hottest, most shocking Salem drama. Today is a beautiful day, but things are getting incredibly dark on our screens. We have a massive medical crisis hitting the town square, a heartbreaking family reunion that is actually a ticking time bomb, and some classic DiMera manipulation. If you love obsessing over this show as much as I do, make sure you smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let's kick things off with the absolute nightmare unfolding for Dr. Sarah Horton. Spoilers for Wednesday, June 3, reveal that Sarah is about to face a massive, career-rattling tragedy. A young woman named Destiny comes into the hospital complaining of severe pain and an upset stomach. Now, Sarah is usually a brilliant, hyper-observant doctor, but she writes this off as a routine stomach ache. Destiny doesn't even know what pills she took, and Sarah just sends her on her way. But then, the unthinkable happens. Later that day, right in the middle of Horton Town Square, Sarah runs into Destiny again. Only this time, Destiny collapses. She hits the cold ground, and Sarah rushes over, frantically checking for a pulse. But it is entirely too late. Destiny is dead. I can already see Lindsay Godfrey acting her absolute heart out in this scene. Sarah is going to be completely crushed by guilt. She missed the signs. We know from the summer preview that a deadly batch of tainted drugs has hit the streets of Salem. Destiny is the first official casualty, and I am terrified about who is going to be next. Remember a few years ago when Salem had that massive opioid crisis storyline? The writers are bringing that real-world danger back to the canvas, and Sarah is right at the center of it. She is going to blame herself for not running a full talk screen. She is going to spiral into a deep depression, and honestly, who wouldn't? Sarah put so much pressure on herself to save everyone. And of course, who is standing right there when Sarah's world falls apart? Xander Cook Kiriakis. Xander swoops right in to hold his ex-wife, comforting her while she breaks down over Destiny's lifeless body. Now, I have to be completely honest with you guys. I am a massive Zara fan. Xander and Sarah just have that undeniable, off-the-charts chemistry that you absolutely cannot fake. But this dynamic is so incredibly messy right now. Xander is currently entertaining a literal hitman contract from Kristen DiMera to kill Johnny. Yet, the second Sarah is in pain, his protective instincts kick into high gear. I think seeing this innocent girl die and seeing Sarah so broken might actually be the massive wake-up call Xander needs to reject Kristen's dirty money and stay on the path of redemption. But hold on a second. What about Brady Black? Brady is going to lose his mind when he finds out Sarah is leaning on Xander again. Brady needs to back all the way off. If you ask me, Brady is just projecting his own massive insecurities because his life is a total disaster right now. He lost Titan, he lost Chloe, and he is constantly spiraling. Xander, despite all his many, many flaws, is the only one who truly understands Sarah's heart. Their history is so incredibly deep, from the trauma of losing baby Mickey to all the kidnapping drama on the island. Xander is her safe space, and Brady just needs to accept that and move on. Moving on to some lighter but equally messy drama, let's talk about Javi Hernandez. Javi is completely head over heels, down bad for the one and only Leo Stark. Yes, Leo Stark, the biggest walking red flag in all of Salem. Javi is struggling with these intense feelings, so he turns to a familiar face for some advice. JJ Devereaux. Oh my gosh. Seeing Casey Moss back on our screens as JJ is just a breath of fresh air. JJ has been through absolute hell and back in this town. From his days as a rebellious teenager, to his time as a cop, to dealing with his own severe substance abuse issues, and the tragic loss of Paige Larson. JJ knows a thing or two about toxic relationships and surviving emotional trauma. Javi is basically asking JJ how to handle a guy who is pure, unfiltered chaos. I honestly believe JJ is going to tell Javi to run for the hills and never look back. Leo ruins lives for sport. He exposes secrets, he blackmails people, and he thrives on destruction. But let's be real for a second. Javi isn't going to listen to a word JJ says. The heart wants what it wants, and Javi is completely addicted to Leo's drama. It is a train wreck waiting to happen, and I am going to be watching every single second of it with a giant bowl of popcorn. Speaking of Leo, he is a very busy man on Wednesday because he gets a highly suspicious offer from his former bestie, Gwen Rizchek von Leuschner. Gwen comes to Leo with a massive scoop, but there is a major catch. Knowing Gwen, this has to be tied to the DiMera family or her weird, twisted arrangement with EJ. Gwen and Leo have this long, chaotic history of scheming together, getting caught, and then ruthlessly stabbing each other in the back to save themselves. Whatever Gwen is offering, I bet it involves taking someone down. Maybe she wants Leo to expose EJ's corporate secrets? Or maybe she's trying to get leverage on Xander. Either way, when these two toxic besties team up, the rest of Salem better brace for a massive impact. But guys, we have to talk about the main event. The storyline that is literally keeping me up at night. The Carver Family Reunion. Spoilers confirm that Abe Carver, Lexie Carver, and their son Theo are going to share some incredibly emotional, heartwarming moments together. Abe is finally letting his guard down, embracing the miracle that the love of his life is actually standing right in front of him. Theo is getting his mother back after years of grieving. The tears, the hugs, the pure, unadulterated joy, it is going to be beautiful to watch. But it is also making me sick to my stomach because I know exactly what is happening behind the scenes. This is the calm before the storm. The writers are intentionally building our hopes up just to rip our hearts right out of our chests. While Abe and Lexie are playing happy families and planning their future, absolute panic is erupting in the DiMera laboratory. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, Salem's resident mad scientist and Stefano's most loyal lapdog, summons E.J. DiMera with catastrophic news. Mark Green just found the lab rat dead. The experimental serum Rolf used to bring Lexie back from the dead, it is failing. The resurrection is completely Lexie's body is going to reject the serum, and she is going to die all over again. Are you kidding me? I am so wildly furious with the writers for this specific plot twist. Why would you bring a beloved legacy character like Lexie back, completely destroy Abe and Paulina's marriage in the process, only to kill her off a second time. It is downright cruel to the fans and the characters. Here at Peacock TV Spoilers, we've been tracking this storyline, and we think EJ is about to make the biggest mistake of his entire life. Think about the psychology here. EJ is the one who funded this dark project. He pushed Rolf to play God because he wanted leverage. Now that the experiment is failing, do we really think EJ is going to march over to Abe's house, look that man in the eye, and tell him the truth? Absolutely not. EJ is a DiMera through and through. He is going to lie, he is going to cover it up, and he is going to desperately force Rolf to find a cure before Lexie drops dead. EJ is going to carry this massive toxic secret, and it is going to eat him alive from the inside out. Remember when EJ himself was brought back from the dead? He knows the intense psychological toll this takes on a person, but EJ's arrogance always wins. He will genuinely think he can fix it without anyone ever knowing. I honestly believe this is going to be the defining storyline of the summer sweeps. Imagine the sheer devastation when Theo finds out his uncle EJ knew his mother was dying again and said absolutely nothing. Imagine Abe, completely shattered, realizing he threw away his solid, loving marriage to Paulina for a ghost that was never meant to stay. And what about Paulina? She moved out. She gave up the man she loved so he could be happy with Lexie, and now she is fighting aggressive breast cancer completely alone. The ripple effects of Rolf's failed science are going to destroy half the town. Dan Fireregal is absolutely killing it as EJ right now. The sheer panic and desperation in his eyes when Rolf delivers this news is going to be award-worthy. But I cannot defend his character's actions. EJ is playing a highly dangerous game, and the fallout is going to be apocalyptic. I am completely stressed out, you guys. I need to know how you are feeling about this massive twist. Do you think EJ will actually do the right thing and tell Abe the truth? Or will he lie through his teeth to cover up Rolf's massive failure? And what is going to happen to Sarah now that the tainted drug crisis has claimed its very first victim? Get down in the comments and let me know your wildest theories, because I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep it locked right here on Peacock TV. Spoilers for all your Days of Our Lives, breaking news, rumors, and daily recaps. See you in Salem.